Back, okay. So again, on the tops of our hands, on the black hand side, we're going down. On the tops of our hands here now, okay? Again, knees close to your hands so that the weight is more on your legs than anything, okay? At the tops of our hands, and then this might be enough. The thing that you want to think about here is keeping your thumbs down. Your thumbs have a tendency to want to come up here. Mine definitely do. So keep your thumbs down and then slide circles. Again, you don't have to do the circles. They're not mandatory. And if it doesn't feel good, and then release your hands, shake them out, and then meet me back in tabletop position. And let's reconnect with our breath here. On the exhale, inhale, exhale. Step your hands forward slightly. Step onto the balls of your toes. And press through your palms to load your legs, then lifting your tailbone high into a downward dog. Now you don't have to get your heels all the way down. You can definitely have bent knees here, but what I want you to do is make sure that you are pressing through your hands at the same time, keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Give your head a little bit of space to just hang out here, okay? So pressing through my hands, also pulling inward and upward with your core muscles, okay? Your abs or the muscles underneath your stomach, they are there. Work towards engaging them, pulling them up and in, especially in this position. You'll feel they help you go a little bit deeper and fold a little bit easier, okay? Also, in downward dog, try to lift your toes up so that you're not on the tips of your toes here. Try to be on to the point of your foot, not to where your heels are all the way down, but at least to the point to where you can lift your toes off of the mat. Not at least, but just try. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Slowly walk your feet up to the backs of your hands. Bend your knees and place your torso on the tops of your thighs. Now that might mean that you bend your knees a lot. Okay and fine. Make sure that your feet are about hips distance width apart. That might be about 2 fists. 2 fists in between your feet, okay? Maybe closer, depending on what type of hips you got, all right? From that point right here, grab the opposite elbow with each hand. Let your head hang, let your body hang, and just rock here. Rock back and forth. Shake your head yes, turn it no. Any organic motion that feels good here. This is another very restorative pose. I like to kind of do, the shmoney dance with the hips. Bicycling back and forth feels very good on my hamstrings. But just hanging out here. And breathing. Letting gravity do its thing. And then I invite you to drop your hands to the mat. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time. First, actually wiggle your feet close to touch or closer. One vertebrae at a time. Stand up. Head and shoulders should be the last thing to come up. So stacking each vertebrae at a time, standing slowly. head and shoulders, last thing to come. When you get very top, give yourself a couple shoulder rolls back. Couple shoulder rolls forward. And bring your hands to heart center. Samasthiti. We're going to run through a couple sun salutations. The first ones that we run through will be a little bit more detailed and instructional. And the second two are going to be a little bit more dance class flowy. So we're going to run through the second two fast. The first one is going to have a lot more instructions. Okay? Start at the top of your mat. Reconnect with our breath. With the exhale. And then inhale. And then exhale. And then inhale. And then exhale. Now we're adding arms. And then inhale, reach forward, reach up, reach out. And then exhale, drop your arms to the side. We're not folding yet, just arms right now. Inhale, reach up. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, drop your arms. Inhale, reach up. We're folding this time from the hips. Forward fold. Bend your knees if you have to the point to where you can touch the floor. Once you can touch the floor and your torso is on your thighs, then almost like you're trying to squeeze a piece of paper in between your torso and your thigh, press your torso and thighs together, then starting to straighten your legs. And you might have to grab your ankles or shins here. You might press against the floor. But once your torso stops coming off of your thighs, that's where you stop in your first forward fold. Take a deep breath in here. Feel how the air has to travel differently when you move around. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Place your fingertips on your shin. Lift your chest, your heart, until you feel an engagement in your back. Exhale, drop your hands to the mat. Kick your legs back into a high plank. Again, look at your fingers here. Even pie slices, either middle fingers parallel or pointer fingers parallel with each other, okay? Your hips should be rotated forward, okay? This is backwards rotated hips with my butt high. I'm trying to do the opposite. I'm almost trying to be in that cat position to where I'm lifting, pulling my pelvis through the front of the mat, okay? Strong through my legs. And hold it here. Breathe here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now you can stay in that plank while I demonstrate chaturanga. Or you can stop and watch the demonstration. 4 ways for you to do chaturanga. Many ways for you to do chaturanga, but 4 ways that I offer you today in the class are from a plank position. From a plank position, shifting my weight forward, lowering on my exhale. Inhale through upward dog, and then exhale to downward dog. Second way, from my high plank, exhale, lower, from my high plank, drop my knees, shift my weight forward, exhale, lower, inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Third way, from my high plank, drop my knees, my chest, my chin, slide up to a cobra, pressing myself back through a downward dog on my exhale. And then the fourth way is to skip it all together, okay? So from high plank, straight back into downward dog. Whichever one of those methods resonates with you the most, I invite you to do that, starting again from our high plank, wide fingers, strong through the back leg, pelvis shifted forward, exhale lower, inhale upward dog. Shoulders back, gaze high, exhale downward dog. Again, pressing through your palms, pinky, thumb, 3 control fingers, tailbone high, working towards dropping your heels to the mat. They might not go all the way there. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step, float, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on shin, lift your heart till you feel engagement in your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up high. Tadasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Moving through a little bit more fast. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on shin. Exhale, all one motion. Place your hands down, high to low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Step, float, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up high. Shoulders away from your ear. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, placing your palms down, kicking your legs back, lower through high to lunge, high to low lunge, or plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Feel free to pedal yourself out, and remember we're breathing through our nose here. You should be building a little bit of heat now. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step, float, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reaching shoulders away from your ears, reaching high, powerful arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Moving right on the sun B. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, sit into a small chair. From your hips, sit into a chair. It's a tendency to lean forward first, but from our hips, sitting, let me move back so you can see me. From our hips, feet either very close or touching. From our hips, sitting down into the chair. Also, pulling my core in and up. And there also is a tendency for us to want to have a back bend here to lift our chest. That puts a lot of pressure on your hamstrings. Try to do the opposite and almost create a rounded spine and engage your core. Okay? Arms wherever you feel comfortable. Some people are here. Some people are there. Gaze slightly above. And breathe here. Look down at your knees. Make sure they're even. Sit back a little bit on your base of your foot so that your toes can lift up off of the mat. And breathe here. And breathe. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Place your hands down, high to low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step through to low lunge. Now this might be a couple steps. It might have to be that you step once and you didn't get all the way to your hands. What I want you to make sure is that your front shin is straight up and down. Your knee directly above your ankle here. This is going to prevent you from putting too much pressure on your knees, okay? So you're stepping forward into high lunge. From here, I want you to adjust your high lunge. So make sure that you're pulling your thighs towards each other. Your right thigh that's in front and your left thigh in the back should all be pulling towards the center line of the mat. Also, your feet in the back, your feet in the front should also be pulling towards the center line of the mat. Now you can choose here whether you want your back knee down or you want your back knee up. Eventually we're going to have it up. But just enjoy engaging those two muscles and pulling those two muscle groups towards the center line of the mat and see how powerful and how much heat that you're able to build by doing so. When you're ready, strong through that back knee. Drop your left heel, back heel, towards the center line of the mat. Making sure that your toes are either pointing straight out towards the side of the mat or slightly forward is the goal, okay? Keeping your hips above your ankle in alignment with your knee. Engage your core and lift your torso. Reaching, extending your arms out, gaze in front. Again, strong through your back foot, strong through your front foot, squeezing them towards each other, really grounds you and helps you maintain balance. Okay? Breathe, exhale, inhale. On your exhale, lean your torso forward, drop your forearm on your front thigh. Bring your left arm up and over, spinning your thumb up, pinky down, and reaching above your head, bicep in front of your face for extended side angle. Now it's okay to have weight on your front leg, but let's work towards being strong in our torso to where we don't need that arm. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Strong through your legs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reverse triangle. So reverse your arms, swing them over. Reaching your right arm up. Again, spinning pinky down, thumb out. Keeping your legs about the same for reverse warrior. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, try to run the windmill your hands through. Back to high plank, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg high, other side. A little bit faster, but a little detail as well. Exhale, step through for your feet to meet your hands. Now, again, it might take one or two steps. It might take one or two steps. Drop your back knee if you need to. Adjust your lunge here. Pulling your right thigh forward, left thigh backwards, squeezing them towards each other. I'm sorry, right hip forward, left hip backwards, squeezing thighs towards each other. Squeezing feet towards each other. Everything towards the center line of the mat. Breathe. Strong through that back knee. Now spin that back heel towards the center line of the mat. Engage your core and shift your torso up high. Pulling your hips through towards the front of the mat. Arms to the side, gaze along your front wrist. Squeezing your feet towards each other, towards the center line to create grounding and stability.
Inhale. Exhale, extend your body forward. Drop your front forearm onto your thigh in the front, reaching your back arm up and above, bicep on the side of your face. Spin your pinky down, thumb up for extended side angle. Again, strong through your legs, squeezing them together, engaging, creating heat. Tapas. Controlled suffering. Breathing here. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keeping your legs the same. Spinning your arms through. Left arm goes high, spinning pinky down, thumb up. Right arm can do multiple things. It can be in front, pulling your torso straight. It can be down along your back leg. It can hang. You can bind it. But breathe. On your exhale, windmill through, high to low plank, placing your palms down, forward, down, through chaturanga, up, inhale, and then exhale through downward dog. 3 breaths here. That was the first time through Sun B. These next 2 times that we go will be a lot faster. Once we get up here, we'll go right back to chair and flow right through. Exhale. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward. Hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. If you have handstand in your practice, feel free to add it. Exhale, fold. Wiggle your feet together to touch. On your inhale, sit back into your chair. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step through to warrior 2. Spin it all the way out. Extend it. Pull your hips through. Exhale, extended side angle, so reach forward. Bicep by your face. Inhale, warrior, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. High level plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And breathe. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step through. Spin your back heel down. Warrior 2. Reach forward. Extended side angle. Drop your forearm, front thigh. Reaching bicep over your head. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Keeping your legs the same. Spinning your arms over. And then high to low plank. Spinning back down to a plank. Exhale. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And breathe. I'm sweating. Exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step low or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit into your chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Fingertips on shin. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left, right leg high. Or left, whichever one you lift is cool. Step through to warrior 2. Exhale, reach forward. Reach for extended side angle. Exhale, reverse warrior. Spinning your arms up and through. On your exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg high, or the opposite leg, whichever one you did. Step through, give yourself time if you need to. Spin your back heel to warrior two. Exhale, reach forward, drop your forearm on your thigh. Bicep over the top. Inhale, reverse warrior, keeping your legs the same. Slight back bend. And then on your exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. High to low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Some breaths here. Take a moment to think about those 3 words. 3 words that you cultivated in your mind at the beginning of this practice. Are you still in alignment with those? Again, checking in with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Step, float, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. We're going to move on to a prayer twist series. So inhale, reach up high. Exhale, sit into your chair. Again, I want to create a hollow space in my core because I'm pulling in and up, engaging the muscles around my spine. Okay? I want to be here. Puts a lot of pressure on your hamstring. I want to be here. Okay? Reaching up. Take an inhale. Exhale, sit a little bit deeper into your chair. Lift your toes up. Look down. Can you see them? Exhale, sit a little bit deeper. Bring your heart, hands to heart center. Take your right elbow and hook it alongside of your left knee. Oh, I did the opposite, but don't worry about that. Check your knees out. They should be parallel with each other. Your feet also parallel with each other. Press your top hand into your bottom hand to twist your body open a little bit further. Okay? Make sure your hips are below your shoulders. And breathe here. How does it feel? Build heat. That burning sensation is a sensation that you want to feel. That's a wall. And once you break through that wall, I won't even go there. On your exhale, forward fold. I'll come to the center of the mat so you can see me. Spread your feet about hips, distance, width apart. Take your 2 peace fingers, interlace your big toe, your power toe. Okay? Bending your knees, again, torso, upper body, on my lap. Inhale, pull up on your toes, lift your chest to the sky. Exhale, fold, pulling your elbows outwards, pulling your body, assisting gravity with your forward fold. If you can look behind you and change perspective from being upside down, do so. But breathe here, another very restorative pose. Shmoney dance, if it feels good right here. Bicycling your knees back and forth. Release your toes. Heel toe your feet back to touch. Inhale. Sweep up into your chair pose. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. Inhale. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. Opposite side, prayer twist. So again, taking my right elbow and hook it on my left side, or the left elbow along the right knee. Look at your knees. Make sure they're in alignment with each other, not one in front of the other. Look at your toes, your feet. Press your top hand into your bottom hand to twist a little bit further and deeper. Extend the peanuts of your head, the top and the back of your skull, forward in front of you. Lift your toes off of the mat. And build heat here. Breathe. Build heat. On your next exhale, forward fold. Heel toe your feet to about hips distance width apart. Now this time, take your palm and put it on the bottom of your foot. Okay? Standing on the tops of your foot, you are trying to go toes to the crease of the wrist. Toes right to the point where the wrist creases. And just like we did before the exercise, I want my thumbs to stay down here. Okay? I'm almost using my thumbs to sideways balance. I'm just trying to stand on my wrist. Let my head fall. If you can get that opposite perspective by looking backwards, try it. If not, release your hands. Heel toe your feet back to touch. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold a little deeper. And now, if you have a crow practice, this is where you would hop into crow. If you don't, watch my demonstration, okay? Crow pose. So here, what we want to do is, again, just like we said before, wide pie slice fingers here, okay? Even wide, you want to have two big bases, almost like a crow's feet. See how they spread their feet out? Super wide, two big bases. Wide here, you're already in a position where you're standing, your knees are already bent, your body is already on your thighs. I want to externally rotate my wrists, okay? Externally rotate my forearms, so that my elbows bend backwards. Bend backwards. I don't want them to bend to the side. I want to externally rotate my forearms so that my elbows bend backwards and create a shelf for then me to put my knees on that shelf. Once you put your knees on that shelf, use your toes and your fingertips to shift your weight forward to a point to where you can balance. Another option is to get a block. Place the block about a foot length in front of you, and same thing, create that shelf and shift until you get your head on that block, and then work on pulling your head off of that block, okay? If you have a more advanced crow practice, try to go into your armpits with your knees. So not on the shelf on your forearm, but into your armpits from that same standing position, into your armpits, and then leaning forward with your toes until you bring it up, okay? And if you're advanced more than that, try to bring your knees out of your armpit. So from here to here, okay? So give you a moment to practice that. Practice your crow. Again, rotate your forearms externally so that you create that arm lock, and you have backwards bend in your elbows so that you can easily put your knees on that shelf. And when you're done practicing, meet me in a child's pose. Again, knees wide on the mat, toes to touch, sitting down, my heels to my butt, dropping my torso in my lap, walking my hands forward, pressing down slightly on my mat to build a little heat. And breathing. Placing my hands alongside of my ribs, pressing myself back up into a tabletop position. Now, headstand. Headstand. When creating my base in a headstand, I want to have a triangle with 3 even sides. Okay? And I'm going to create that with my forearms. If you see that picture that just popped up, you see how the light just hit that? And it made like an even triangle, okay? I want to create that same even triangle. I don't want to be wide here because this makes it a lot harder. You can do it, but it makes it a lot harder if you're wide here with your elbows. You want to be here, almost like you were trying to fold a piece of paper and stand it tall ways. That's the same principle of arms. You can't fold it, you can't sit it down straight down. You have to fold it to create some type of deeper leverage. So I personally like to interlace my fingers, create a cup for the back of my head. I'm placing not the very top of my head, but slightly in front of that. Not the very point. We all have like a point at the top of our skull. Slightly in front of that, initially. Your head placement also depends on how deep you are in a pose and all that. But initially going to go straight up, I want to be right in front of the area where that cone is at the top, okay? So placing my forearms down to create that space, dropping my head down, then walking my legs closer to my body, lifting off of my knees, making sure weight is distributed in my forearms first, and then walking my toes until the point to where gravity grabs me here. From here, I can stay here, I can lift one leg at a time, or I can go both legs. Again, make sure the weight is in your forearms rather than in your head. You'll know if you can take your hands and place them down. Because that means you have control through your forearms rather than your head. When you're done, bend your knees slowly. Come back down and get into child's pose. Place your hands on your side, press yourself into a tabletop. Walk your hands forward a little bit and press yourself into a downward dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, step or float through to boat pose. So your hands can be on the side of your tail. They can be behind your tail. But we're balancing on a place right at the base of our spine, right at the sit bone area, okay? You can either have your knees bent here or you can bring them parallel to the earth. But I want you to think about lifting your chest so that you're not sagging in that position. Here is cool for chair pose, but for boat pose, we want to lift our chest up as much as possible, okay? So take a deep breath in here. Hands to the side. If you're about that life, hands in front. And then exhale. We're going to add a little movement to this. Inhale, lower to half roll. Exhale, bring yourself back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, bring yourself back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, bring yourself up. Double time. Inhale, lower. Exhale, bring yourself back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, bring yourself back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, bring yourself back up. Reach through, grab your toes. Stay balanced on your sit bones. Try to straighten your legs here. Take a deep breath in. We're going to go through some Kapalabhati, okay? Breath exercise. Through your nose, quick, fast breaths. Through your nose. Okay? Again, hooking my big toes, straightening my legs in front of me. Take a deep breath in. Kapalabhati, go. breathe it all out, exhale all out. Hold it at the bottom, don't inhale, hold it at the bottom. Inhale. Exhale. Regain your breathing pattern. We're going to do one more round. Kapalabhati. Hooking my big toes. You can stay here if this is the most comfortable way to do it. Just lift your chest, okay? If you can extend your legs out, do so. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Kapalabhati, let's go. Through your nose. Exhale. Hold it. Hold it. For as long as you can, and then inhale. Exhale. Lay back. Lay back on your mat. Take your knees, bend them, walk your feet towards your butt. Take your right knee over the top, or your left, I'm sorry. Take your left foot over the top of your right knee. Drop your knees to the left, arms wide in a T. Use your left foot to press your right knee down closer to the floor. So you're dropping your legs to the left. Your right foot is on the top of your left foot is on the top of your right knee. You're using your left foot to press your right knee closer to the ground. Just a gentle twist here. Breathing here. Breathing here. This is those long, deep, expansive breaths. This is the breaths that tell your body we are chilling. We cooling right now. Bring your legs back to the center. Switch them. So right foot goes over the top of the left knee. Knees both fall to the right, using your right foot to press your left knee closer to the ground and give yourself a little gentle twist. Breathing here, restoring balance to the breath. Bringing your knees back to center for final savasana. Sprawl out too, like we at home. We're not at the yoga studio where somebody right next to you. Get them arms wide, take up space, hold space for your savasana. And just take a moment to relax and breathe. Take a moment to just come back to that place of stillness that feels so much more powerful after you go through that journey through movement. It's important that your practice does not stop after you finish asana. It's important that you take time to use that tool. It's almost like, remember the Reebok, the pumps? It's like pumping up your shoes and then taking them off. Always take time to sit in Savasana. And meditate how you meditate. Breathe first. Your body is a vessel. And inside of this vessel are all of the energies that you accumulate throughout your life. There could be energies from your childhood, from birth, from pre-birth. There could be energy that you picked up today, yesterday, or energy that you picked up from a moment that hasn't even happened yet. Your vessel is holding all of these energies. Almost like a mason jar. With each inhale and exhale, I'm twisting the lid off of this jar. Opening this vessel so that any energy that is unwanted is free to leave. And in actuality, with each exhale, I remove unwanted energies from my vessel. Unwanted energies from my presence. With each exhale, I detoxify my vessel until all that is left in this vessel are energies that I need, that I find useful on my journey. And then with my breath, I shall close my vessel, reseal my jar. Begin to bring your attention back to your breath. And deliberately move your toes and wiggle your fingers and shrug your shoulders. Move your body, wiggle your body, bring it back from that intense moment of love. And when you're ready, roll to your side, right or left, either one, in a fetal position, knees bent. And then finally, meet me in a seated position. Sitting up tall. I thank you for joining me today through this midweek movement. Your body thanks you for joining it today through this midweek movement. I appreciate everybody who joined, everybody who shared, everybody who supported, and everybody who reached out during all of this. Whether physically or spiritually, I appreciate you. I will bow to you and say, Namaste. So, thank you, Arkadona. I don't know if I said that right, bro, but you already know. I had a public school education. Love. This live, I'm not sure when this comment, so I'm now just coming in and I'm responding to all comments. Shout out to everybody who popped in to show love real quick and popped out. I appreciate you. Everybody. Wow, that's a lot of people. Again, shout out to Black Boys Ohm. If you are not in tune, if you have somebody that you think should be in tune, make sure that they are in tune, because it's definitely value added. So tune in to Black Boys Ohm, and then all of the brothers that are coming on this platform to give offering to you guys. 100% of the proceeds that are given to me today are donated to the Northside Recovery Fund for the recent events. And then the rest will be donated to Black Boys Own. I appreciate y'all. Peace and love. At Elder Sensei, ELDERSENSEI. Sometimes my dyslexia kicks in. And then also at Legendary Bruce or legendarybruce.com. Peace and love. I'm out. Hold on. I'm supposed to pin. I think I'm supposed to pin something. Look.